Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I have a cute Disney Bambi set to show you guys. So I'm working on my FX4 practice hand. I've basically e-filed off the previous design and then just give the nails a quick buff so I've got a nice smooth surface. And then I'm coming in with my acrylic design. So all the acrylics I'm using today are from Glitterama. I will leave a link to their website in the description box below along with any other products I use. So this particular colour is Peppermint, and I've placed the first bead on, pulled it down towards the free edge, and then I've come in with a second bead just to create a bit of a softer blend. So I'm blending that bead back and really making sure to blend it out so that there isn't a harsh line when it comes to using my next colour for the ombre. And then I'm going to do exact same on the pointer finger, but this colour is lemon. So as you can see, I place that first bead down, blend out the back of it, and then start pulling it down towards the free edge. And I'm just making sure to blend the back of that bead out. So here I just noticed I had a bit of fluff or something stuck in my acrylic. So here I'm just faffing about trying to get that out, and then I did end up having to dig into the acrylic slightly, which was super annoying. So I just come in with another small bead just to even that out. And then because my ombre, it didn't seem very even in comparison with how far down the nail it was compared to the little finger, I just come in with another bead just so I can, extend that colour a little bit and really make sure the back of the bead is blended out. And then once I'm happy with that, I will leave that to set before finishing off the ombre. So on the middle finger, I'm going to be using a Bambi decal, which is from Queen of Decals. So these decals require a white background. So I'm coming in with my white, placing it at the cuticle, really nudging it back to get a nice, neat cuticle area, and then dragging the colour down the nail. And then just come in with a second bead and doing the same, basically just walking it down towards the free edge so I've got a nice thin even white layer. This layer does not need to be bulky. I don't want to have too much structure here because I have got to come over the top with the decal and then capping clear, but at the same time you do want to make sure your white is nice and even and smooth so that the decal goes on with no problems. So I'm going to leave that white to set, and then whilst that's setting I'm going to do the ring finger, which I'm going to be using this really cute mix from A&A glitters. So I think it's called the Bunny Hop Dot Mix, but I just showed you guys it in the video and I can't remember what it's called. But basically I will double check and leave it in the description box. So just because it is quite a chunky glitter, I come in with a small bead of Delicate, just place that at the cuticle area and blended it down. And then because I'm also going to be using Delicate for my ombre whilst it was out, I thought I would come in and finish off those. So I placed my first bead down, basically concentrating on creating that fade. So I blend the back of it out slightly and then pull the top of it down over that peppermint. And this particular colour has got a glitter in it. It's only a very fine glitter, but it is one of my favourite cores from Glitterama. And it is just so easy to work with. It makes ombres an absolute doddle, but it just creates a really nice effect as well because the shimmery glitter in it does look slightly different over different colours. So here I'm just going to do the same, placing it down on that blend, blending out the back and then pulling the bead over the lemon. So then again I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead. So I'm placing it just before the cuticle, pushing it up into that cuticle area before then pulling it down over the previous bead. So I'm not building too much bulk or apex etc. with this powder, as I will be coming in and capping the nails in clear acrylic anyway. But I'm just making sure that I've got a nice smooth application. So then back to the glitter nail, I'm just picking up this mix with a bead of clear acrylic. Now it is super chunky, you know, as you can see it's got those cute little rabbit heads and some large dots and some smaller dots. So I'm just taking my time to really, you know, really get them into place where I want them to be, to make sure that I get as much coverage on the nail as possible. I did only put the acrylic down at the cuticle area just so I could get a nice neat coverage, because I think I would struggle, you know, trying to get a nice neat cuticle with this particular mix. But still, I'm just taking my time to nudge those pieces around until I'm happy with where they all are and I'm happy with the coverage of the nail. Now, my mistake I made here is I didn't fully ensure that all of the little bunnies were lying completely flat. So there was one of them where I ever so slightly filed into it where it was sticking up. But, you know, we learn from these things. I know for next time to always double check that your glitter is lying flat. But it was nothing major. You could hardly notice it once it was top coated. So I'm just going to faff about with this nail until I'm completely happy with it, and then I will cap it at the end. I do also have a discount code for A&A glitters, which is Amanda10, but again that's always left in the description box below. But it's just a nice little 10% saving if you do decide you want to purchase any glitters from A&A. So now I've finished with that, I'm using these super cute Bambi decals, which are from Queen of Decals. So I'm just going to cut this out as close to the image as possible. Yeah, just cutting them out basically with my stalk scissors, and then I will pop them in some room temperature water for around 10 to 15 seconds. And whilst that's basically soaking in the water, I come in with my Kiki London base coat and apply a thin layer of that to the white nail. I just find that if I apply these with base coat, it's a lot easier. You can move it around a lot more. I find it a lot easier when it comes to getting the creases out, and if you need to make any little nips in the decal to get it to lie flat with the base coat there, it just seems a hell of a lot easier, especially when you're using full coverage or large decals like this, where you might need to faff around a little bit. So you do need to remember that when using water decals, they are very delicate, so you know, just be careful. You don't want to dig into them or pull at them too much. So I am just trying to gently smooth it all out with either my tweezers or my fingers, but don't use nothing too sharp or anything like that. So as you can see here, I'm just pulling out those creases and positioning it, you know, where I want it. It's a little bit big for the nail, but with some patience, I was able to get it positioned quite well, I thought, in the end. Just making sure as well to pull it out and make sure that it is laying completely flat across that nail. So then I popped that in my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and now I'm coming in and capping all of these nails with clear acrylic. Now I don't think I left all the capping in because I didn't want the video to be super long, but I just showed you here on this little finger, and then I did also show you on the decal. So then what I do is I just come in with a soft file and just file away the excess. You can also trim it if you prefer, but as there was only a little bit of excess, just really annoyingly down this side wall, I just come in with both my file and the scissors just to get rid of that. You could also use a little bit of acetone to melt off that excess decal as well. That's what I usually prefer doing if I'm doing them on myself. So I'm just making sure to clean away all that dust, as you don't want to encapsulate any dust. And then I'm just going to cap this now as normal, really. So I'm coming in with that first bead of acrylic, placing it down and pulling it down towards the free edge. It does feel a little strange when you're capping over the decals. You know, it feels as though it's a slightly slippery surface, but I haven't had any problems when capping them. You know, they've lasted, even when I've done them on myself and I've capped them in clear acrylic, they've lasted fine with no breakdown or anything. So I'm just making sure that that decal is fully encapsulated, as you don't want to file into it. And then I'm just adding a few small beads to build up my structure where it's needed. So I did just feel it needed slightly bit more of an apex there, so I just applied a tiny bit there, and then that's that fully encapsulated. So then I left all the nails to set, and then I went and filed and buffed them into shape. And here I just give them a spray with my CJP prep spray and then a scrub with a dusty brush. So then I decided I just wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. So I'm using these crystals from the Crystal Studio. I will leave a link to their Facebook page in the description box below. And these particular ones are their mix size and colour ABs. So I'm just applying them with some dip base, and I'm just doing a little sort of cuticle cuff just around the one side of the nail, and then I do the opposite on the next nail. So I just started with one size and then got slightly smaller. Just, you know, I just wanted to add a little something extra to the nails. I felt like this was quite a spring design, but seeing as though the weather isn't super summery, it's okay. So I absolutely love these crystals as an alternative to Swarovskis. They are super pretty, and their prices that she sells them for are really reasonable. So do head over and check out her Facebook page. So off camera I did add two just tiny little ones to the little finger and the pointer finger, just because I felt like it sort of tied in well. And then I'm just coming in and top coating all of the nails with my Premier Gel No Wipe top coat. So then I'll pop that in to cure for 60 seconds, and that's the end of the set. Just how cute is the Bambi? It is so cute. I absolutely love how this set come out. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please do give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. I very recently hit 500 subscribers, and that means absolute world to me. So thank you all for watching and subscribing. And yeah, I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye.